Alexander the Great is one of the most legendary figures in history. Born in 356 BC, in Pella, the capital of the ancient kingdom of Macedonia, Alexander's life and achievements are nothing short of extraordinary. He became king at the young age of 20 and led his army to conquer most of the known world by the time of his death at just 32. But Alexander wasn't just a conqueror, he was also a visionary, a philosopher, and a leader who taught the world powerful lessons about ambition, courage, and leadership. In this video, we'll explore the life of Alexander the Great, the challenges he faced, and the valuable lessons we can learn from his story. Alexander was born to King Philip II and Queen Olympias. His father, Philip, was a powerful and strategic ruler who unified the Greek city-states and turned Macedonia into a dominant force. Alexander's mother, Olympias, was a strong and ambitious woman who instilled in him a sense of greatness. From a young age, Alexander showed signs of brilliance. He was tutored by none other than the philosopher Aristotle, who taught him philosophy, science, and literature. Aristotle also encouraged Alexander to question the world around him, to think critically, and to always seek knowledge. These teachings would shape Alexander's worldview and leadership style for the rest of his life. At the age of 20, Alexander ascended to the throne after the death of his father, King Philip II. It was a difficult time for the young king. There were enemies to the north, rebellious Greek city-states to the south, and the looming threat of the Persian Empire to the east. Alexander wasted no time asserting his power. He swiftly defeated the Greek city-states that resisted his rule, demonstrating his military genius and his ability to unite people under his leadership. Alexander's first major challenge was to secure control over Greece. He had to prove himself not only as a military leader but also as a political strategist, securing alliances and crushing uprisings. Conquering the Persian Empire, once Alexander secured his position in Macedonia and Greece, he turned his attention to the east. His most famous campaign was the conquest of the Persian Empire, the largest and most powerful empire of its time. The Persian king Darius III stood in his way, but Alexander's brilliance in battle proved to be unstoppable. In 334 BC, Alexander crossed the Hellespont into Asia Minor, where he won a decisive victory at the Battle of Granicus. The battle was fierce, but Alexander's strategic mind led to a quick and overwhelming victory. The Persian forces were forced to retreat, and Alexander began his march toward the heart of the Persian Empire. One of the most famous battles of his campaign was the Battle of Issus in 333 BC. Here, despite being outnumbered, Alexander's troops broke the Persian lines. King Darius III fled the battlefield, and Alexander's forces gained control over Asia Minor and Syria. Conquering Egypt and founding Alexandria, after his success against the Persians, Alexander turned south toward Egypt. The Egyptians welcomed him as a liberator, and he was crowned pharaoh. It was in Egypt that Alexander's vision began to take shape in a more profound way. In 331 BC, Alexander founded the city of Alexandria, which would become one of the greatest cities of the ancient world. Alexandria would be a center of learning, culture, and knowledge, and it became the home of the famous Library of Alexandria, one of the largest and most significant libraries in history. Alexander's visit to Egypt and his subsequent conquest taught him that power wasn't only about military success, it was also about leaving a lasting legacy. He combined military conquest with a vision for cultural exchange and intellectual growth. The Eastern Campaign and the Battle of the Hydaspes, Alexander's journey didn't end with Egypt. He marched further east, across modern-day Iran, Afghanistan, and Pakistan, and finally into India. His army, now seasoned and battle-hardened, faced its toughest challenge yet in the Battle of the Hydaspes River in 326 BC. Here, Alexander faced King Porus, an Indian ruler who commanded a large army, including war elephants. The battle was long and difficult, but Alexander's tactical brilliance once again won the day. However, this time, his soldiers were exhausted and refused to march further east, even after their victory. In the end, Alexander respected his soldiers' wishes and turned back. His dreams of conquering the entire known world were temporarily halted, but his achievements were monumental. The death of Alexander. In 323 BC, Alexander fell ill and died at the young age of 32 in the city of Babylon. His death shocked the ancient world. Without an heir to his vast empire, his generals divided the empire among themselves, leading to its eventual fragmentation. But even in death, Alexander's legacy lived on. His empire may have crumbled, but the cultural exchange he facilitated and the cities he founded became enduring symbols of his greatness. Lessons from Alexander the Great. The power of education. Alexander's education under Aristotle taught him that knowledge is the foundation of power. He didn't just learn to conquer lands, he learned to understand the world. Courage and determination. Alexander's courage in battle was unmatched, but his true strength came from his determination to achieve his goals. He pushed forward no matter the obstacle. Respect for different cultures. Throughout his conquests, Alexander respected the cultures he encountered. He embraced the customs of Egypt, Persia, and India, blending them with Greek ideas. This shows the importance of cultural respect and adaptability. Vision and ambition. Alexander's ambition was boundless. His vision for a united empire stretched from Greece to India, and he worked tirelessly to make it a reality. His example teaches us that great achievements begin with bold dreams. Leadership and empathy. Alexander led by example, sharing hardships with his soldiers and earning their loyalty. He understood that a true leader must also empathize with those they lead. Conclusion. Alexander the Great's life was a testament to the power of vision, education, and leadership. He conquered the known world and left behind a legacy that still influences us today. While his empire eventually fell apart, his story continues to inspire people to pursue their dreams, overcome obstacles, and lead with courage and compassion. We can all take valuable lessons from Alexander's life. Whether in our personal or professional lives, we can use his determination, respect for others, and vision for the future to guide us toward our own greatness.